if that spell, okay, just theoretically, that spell only chose those two universes. Venom was also part of that universe, along with Andrew. So my theory is that that's the reason why Venom was traveled there too, is because he's in the same universe as Andrew, and so it affected that universe. You know,
to be fair, it's not really. Sony didn't really straight up confirm that the Spider-Man of the Sonyverse is Andrew's Spider-Man, even though I feel like it should be. But let's be real. Even if Sony does confirm that, hey, the Spider-Man of the Sonyverse is Andrew's Spider-Man, which
I don't think he wants anything to do with it, though. He probably says, "Yeah, I don't want to be a part of the universe. It's just failing." They're making Craven an environmentalist and vegetarian. I'm like, yeah, that's just ruining the character, to be honest. But
I agree. I definitely see where I'm like, in my opinion, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do a movie with Craven, right? He has to be. Don't have him be an anti-hero. Have him be the villain. Have him be the villain, where he hunts different animals, where he has his own group. Because to be fair, there are some versions of Craven where he does have his own group and he does go after Spider-Man. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to do Craven, it's only fair that that's how you do Craven, because that's why that's his title, Craven the Hunter. He's a hunter.
Right.
That's why I actually now the one that I'm actually kind of interested in. And people think it's a stupid premise, but I think it's interesting, is Madam Web, because they're basically treating it as that it's kind of like Terminator, where it's like basically the chosen one is Peter Parker, and they have to make sure he's born because people from the future travel back in time and try and kill him. Villains for Spider-Man who know who he is, travel back in time and try to kill him before he's born. So it's like Madam Web and the Spider Women, I guess, in the past or whatever, have to like make sure Peter Parker is born, because I guess apparently the Madam Web, since she's like a godlike status, knows that Peter Parker is the chosen one, you know. So it's like, I like that premise more than some people do, just because I think it's an interesting approach to Peter Parker and Spider-Man, that he's like the chosen one of like, Spider God or whatever.
Yeah, it's understandable. To be fair, there is different Spider-Mans, so if there is this version of Spider-Man that they're looking at and they're like, oh, this version of Spider-Man, I don't know, I get the feeling that he's the chosen one, like there's something about him. That's fine. That could lead into an interesting story. I don't have an issue with that. So with Craven, I'm like, to be fair, I'm like, okay, if we're going to do a movie with Craven, like I just said, he has to be a villain. He has to be a villain. He can't be an anti-hero. That's not Craven.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Taylor Johnson is also not the actor.
So, real quick here, before we continue on, we are live on the channel. So what's up, guys? It's Overrated. We got Walker Dead. We got Deadwalker with us on the call.
What's up, guys?
So we kind of a little change of plans. We were gonna do the Gun Raise podcast, but that kind of got a little pushed, unfortunately. So apologies on that. Some things like that do happen. Hopefully we'll probably do it tomorrow, such as that. I know we got some new stuff coming tomorrow night, so definitely do stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting some interesting things on the channel that are gonna be pretty exciting. You got the Expanse gameplay. I'm gonna be showing that. Be uploading that on the channel, so definitely do check that out. And then potentially the Outlast Trials. Now I don't know if they're going to show any gameplay. I hope they do. They should. They haven't showed shit, so, well, besides the screenshots and stuff. But they got to show some gameplay. Goddamn. So hopefully they show some gameplay. I think they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. So that'll be very exciting, and I can react to them as well. They'll probably be on the second channel.
Are we going to do a review on episode 3 of Tales?
We'll wait until Thursday. I'll wait until Thursday for that.
Because that was pretty darn good. I can't lie, except there was a big old plot hole at the end.
Right. Oh yeah, I was going to send you that screenshot here. Hold on. I guess I found something from Walking Dead Explained. Maybe it clears it up. I don't know. It looks like it does, but that's just me. So you look at the pictures and let me know. I don't know. But so yeah, so those things. Obviously, then they got the Dying Light 2 Director's Cut DLC, which I haven't finished Dying Light 2, so I'm not sure what that's gonna be about. But that is definitely one I am probably looking forward to as well. Because Dying Light 2 looks pretty lit. Just got to get a chance to get into the game and experience it. You already know.
Where did you just send me?
So yeah, that's kind of the situation. I probably might, like I said, react to it. I'll probably also upload the Last of Us TV series sneak peek teaser thing on there as well, since that seems to be freaking going all over the place because people are freaking out because they're fanboys and you know. Last of Us fanboys. What's up?
What is this? What did you just send me?
That was from Walking Dead Explain It. It has to do with the Alpha timeline or whatever.
It's got to be some crazy. Like I said, if they want to explain it, here's a good idea. Do a beta episode. Because like I said, I would love to see like Beta in a tour bus. You know, because he's obviously a musician. Because they go on tour buses. How did the apocalypse start in the tour bus? And that's kind of the reason why. You know, I would love to see that. It'd be kind of cool. It's kind of a cool premise as well. It'd be kind of like It'd be kind of like 400 Days. If you remember 400 Days, where one of the things like started where he was on the prison bus. Yeah. You know, the apocalypse. It would be like kind of like that. I thought it was actually pretty cool when they did that. So that's why I want to do something like that again.
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. But I mean that kind of gives you a little bit more of an idea of kind of how the timeline goes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we never really were shown exactly how Alpha got the idea of, we're showing how Alpha got the idea of the Whispers. We basically just assumed that she came up with the idea herself. But no, I mean, maybe the reason why she told Beta to cut off the dude's face is because she saw it before. I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, I personally honestly thought that Brooke was going to be revealed to be the face that Alpha ended up wearing. I honestly had that theory. I was like, I wonder if Brooke is going to turn out to actually be the face that Alpha would end up wearing. You know, I honestly was wondering that, but nope.
Right. So I got some crazy things uploaded tomorrow night, or tomorrow evening, I should say. So definitely do stay tuned. Like I said, there won't be long. Obviously, they'll be within a minute or so. But definitely do check them out. I am going to check out the Last of Us TV show and give it a shot and see how well it does. This and that. I'm going to keep my expectations kind of low. You seem to do better that way if you do that. So, Joel sounds like Joel. Ellie does not sound
like... It looks good so far.
Ellie does not sound like
so
Ellie.
Far.
Ellie does not sound like Ellie.
Well,
that's a little bit of a...
Oh, yeah. She
little bit of annoyance.
She looks like Ellie.
Little bit of annoyance.
No, I will say, she looks like Ellie because Ellie is supposed to look like a bizarre person. Like no disrespect to how no disrespect to the person who was the facial person that did Ellie, but just I feel like her whole character is that she's supposed to look weird. Like her whole look that she looks, her body, her eventually her body, whenever she got older.
Not necessarily.
What?
Not necessarily.
I just think she looks weird. I'm be honest. Like the girl that plays her, she looks bizarre looking. And I was like, that's kind of perfect, but she don't talk like Ellie. I will say, yeah.
Yeah, she don't talk like Ellie. I will say that for sure. Joel does sound like Joel, though. I will say that he does sound like Joel, and he really looks like Joel. I'm not gonna lie about that either. He looks like Joel too. So you nailed that part. You got me, fooled on that part. But like I said, I'm keeping my expectations kind of low. And there's a
I
reason
also heard
for
the
it.
voice.
Now,
I also heard the voice actress that played. I forgot the lady's name, but the leader of the Fireflies, the black lady.
yeah.
I heard the same voice actress is actually playing her in the show, from what I heard.
Interesting.
I mean,
Like I
I
said,
mean, it's possible.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not knocking it whatsoever. But I like I said, I feel really bad for you people that you get your hopes way too high. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your expectations at a more reasonable level. Just in case, because they're doing a show about it and such like that, does not mean it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the best thing ever. you know. Obviously, I'm not wishing for it to do shit. Of course not. I want it to do good, but it's competing against a big seller, and that's The Walking Dead. It's competing against that shit. Because it has to do with zombies and shit like that, and that's a lot harder to do. It's not easy.
Oh, I mean, I don't really. What are some good HBO shows that people watch? I mean.
You had Game of Thrones, but that shit's been done for quite a while now. So.
Well, it also ended in a. Well, they also got House of Dragon now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you ended Game of Thrones in a shitty way too. So, I do believe HBO is good at making shows. I'm not knocking that, and that's why my expectation is pretty decent. But at the same time, you got clickers, you got bloaters, you got shit like that. You got really, really crazy zombies here that are really out of the norm, and how are you going to execute that? That's my question. How are you going to portray that on the big screen? On the screen.
That's what I've always liked.
How is that shit going to play out? How is the characters going to play out? That's the big thing. How is the story going to play out? Are you going to do it differently? Are you going to, I don't want to hear the fanboys being like, oh yeah, they're just going to copy the same game and put it on the show. Well, listen, okay? The Walking Dead game did not do that. It did its own thing, okay? Same thing with the Walking Dead comic. Now, the show and the comic are more alike, but they aren't 100%. The show did a bunch of different...
Judith will be long dead.
The show did a ton of different changes in the show than what the comic did, and look at where it's at compared to where the comic is. So you can't 100% compare the show and the game thinking that they're just going to copy everything one to one. I'm not going to hold true to that. I really will not, because I'm just going to be disappointed in the end. I probably will be. So, obviously I'll keep the story in mind and see where it goes. But I'm just really curious how they're going to play it out. That's my curiosity, because a lot of the Last of Us is you scavenging for shit and kind of learning a little bit of backstory and stuff like that. You know what I mean? A lot of kind of dinking around, and putting that on a show is gonna be a lot more harder, if you know what I mean. Because, for instance, like The Walking Dead, it's filler. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's not really progressing. It's kind of just staying still. So, filler episodes can tend to hurt you as time goes along. Especially if they're just scavenging for stuff. I'm not saying that it would be shit. I'm just saying it. It's not a big plot in the story, type of thing. So, I am curious how it's gonna go, and I will give it a shot. But Neil Cuckman, I don't know, man. You're putting me on the fence with this one. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. And then, of course, Don the Bomb, simping the shit out of it. So many goddamn tweets. Jesus Christ. 11 days left, guys. Tomorrow he's gonna say 10 days left, guys.
I mean, true, because to be fair, he keeps. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He does continue to go on Twitter, for example, and he continues to tweet about it like it's something.
It's not a remake.
Different, and I'm like, it's not.
It's not a remake and they don't change anything. It's just another re-release.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like listen. The reason the reason why they're calling it a remake, it's just to make cash.
You know, it's pretty sad. You know, he keeps showing these screenshots. Here's Joel at this part. Here's Joel in this part. Oh, look at the differences. See the difference. Here's another little gameplay clip.
Yeah.
You know, here's another gameplay clip. You know, and then he does a Tommy, and then he does a. You know, I mean, he's constantly tweeting. It's like, dude, what, are you trying to impress me? Because you're not impressing me. I'm just telling you that right now. You're not impressing me. You're making me feel even more sad about my $80.
So speaking of Dom the Bomb, well, not go off topic, but speaking of Dom the Bomb, he's doing a live stream right now, and it says this: The Last of Us Part 1 remake gameplay for blah 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 stream. 69 watching. He's doing that stream right now on his channel.
Oh man!
But by the way, Walker, you sent me a video of Dom the Bomb being addicted to his fans, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, what did you think of that video? Like, were you mixed about it? Like, tell us.
Well, I don't know. I saw the comments, and they're saying, well, I don't think he was being mean. I think he was just, like, annoyed or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, in that Days Gone stream, and like I said, I don't know if I can ever find that again because I think the person that did make that video took it down. I should have screenshot it, or did I screen? I can't remember if I did. I don't know. I'd have to look at my iPad if I did, but yeah, he did actually go after his fans. No joke in that one. That one was not a lie. And in fact, he deleted the stream himself. And that person was able to screen record or record a good portion of it, a good segment of it. And it's because he let that money go to his head type of thing. Well, not entirely, but, you know, his channel was very slow. It was very, you know, I mean, he was gaining subs and all this, but, you know, The Walking Dead just ended. You know, and you know, he's doing Days Gone and not getting that many views, you know, this and that, and in the beginning there, you know, he's waiting. I mean, that's what it starts up with him loading the Days Gone screen, you know, he's sitting there waiting, he's just like, come on, you know, taking so damn long to load, you know, and this and that, and he's kind of getting a little bit irritated, you know, and shit about why it's taking so long to load, and you're just like, okay, ooh, he's getting a little bit raged here, you know, he's getting a little bit raged. Calm yourself, brother, calm yourself, hold up here. And then all of a sudden somebody's just like, I love your Walking Dead videos. And he goes, "Oh, thanks. Is that all you like is my Walking Dead videos?" like a little bit irritated. Like, is that all you like? You know, is that all you freaking like? You don't like any of my other content?
I mean, if that's all if that's what you're known for, then you can't really get mad at them. I mean, that's kind of like an actor that's always...
He freaking went steamed, and then somebody was just like, yeah, he started going off on his haters, you know, and shit like that. It's just like, and stuff like that. And then he, you know, he kind of played the game. And he's like, finally, it loaded, this and that. It's like, oh, geez. And then all of a sudden, somebody came in there and donated something and said, oh, Dom bitching about a game because he can't get any views, this and that, and whatever, and crying like a little crybaby and all this. And he's just like, you know, he fucking went on there. He's just like, get the fuck out of my stream, this and that. He started fucking raging on the guy. I was like, holy shit. God damn. I don't remember all the words exactly. I mean, I can think of them in my head, but I can't fully say all the words because, you know, it's been such a long time since I've seen that damn thing. But I mean, he just kind of went off, you know, and it's just like, you trolls are just terrible. God damn, man. You're always negative, this and that. It's like, well, I mean, that's what they are, you know. You know, he's just like, man, oh man. He's just like, and then somebody's just like, I'm sorry, Dom, and he's just like, sorry. Well, sorry, it's not going to get me more views. He's like, you guys can be sorry all you want, but if you're not gonna watch my content, then I'm not gonna get more views.
That's just being butthurt, dude. That's just being butthurt.
And his fanboys are in there just like, I'm sorry, Tom, I'm trying, but we're busy, you know, we got life, you know, outside of you just watching your stream. Sorry, dude, but, you know, he's just like, what do I got to do? Play? He's just like, and then he brings it up, and I'm just like, oh shit. And he brings it up, and he goes, is this what I got to do again? Play The Walking Dead for the 100th millionth time just to get more views? Because, you know, this and that, you know, do I got to play it for the 100th freaking time? Maybe I do. Maybe that's how I get my damn views. I'm just like, jeez, please, dude. God damn. Yeah, play it for the millionth time. Oh, yeah, he freaking went off. No, he really did. And as it continued, he kept bitching and bitching more at the trolls and shit like that. Until one part, he's just like, fuck, man. You know, fucking can't stand this shit. You know, fucking doing this, fucking doing that, doing this. You know, he just fucking went off. I was like, holy fuck. It was funny as shit. I laughed my ass off, but at the same time, I mean, he was kind of an ass. I ain't gonna lie. I can see why he deleted that stream. You know, he doesn't want to look like a bad person. You know, obviously, hey, you know, there's times where I get irritated as well. I'm not going to lie. You know, I had a down spot on my channel for a while, quite some time ago. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. But what was I doing? What was happening? I think I was losing a bunch of subs and shit like that. I was kind of going down, and I wasn't really getting much views, and views were really lacking, and it started becoming very frustrating. Very frustrating for me to continue making content because the motivation just was not there. You know, just sitting there like, well, I'm losing subs, not getting that much views. Like, well, the fuck, man. How am I gonna just keep on going when I'm not? You people aren't fucking watching. Like, what the fuck? You know. I mean, I started losing my shit too. You know. But you know, it's YouTube. You know, it has its up moments and it has its down moments. You know, I try not to let that get the best of me. And I just try to stay motivated and keep on going. You know, I try to keep doing content I like to do, with Deadwalker and Walker Dead, and try to keep on pushing forward. You're going to have those slow spots, and they are going to hurt. You know, but you just got to keep striving, you know? And this is what you got to do, you know? That's what you got to do. But yes, he definitely let his anger go way overboard. Obviously, I'm sure the game did not help with that either because the game was being very glitchy and very pain in the ass, so I'm sure it just raged the moment even more. But, oh, Dom, you cannot feed the trolls, brother. You feed the trolls, it gets worse. Which I'm sure you figured that out by now. I'm sure you probably have. Maybe you have. I don't fucking know. I don't watch all your streams all the time. Because I just don't got the time to do that. That's just a lot of, you know, I got to do streams of my own, obviously. So, it's hard to sit there. And plus, you always start when I'm during work, you know, so it's kind of defeats the purpose. But Your thoughts on it though, Deadwalker and Walker Dead. You know. What is your guys' thoughts?
What? Now, I wanted to ask Walker Dead this. Walker Dead, who's your main go-to Walking Dead YouTuber? Besides Dan, because we all know Dan. We all know Dan. Besides Dan, the more well-known.
I guess you could say my go-to YouTuber was Movie Idol, but the reason I don't really watch his videos anymore is because I don't know. I feel like I don't know about you guys. I feel like with Movie Idol, I feel like he's starting to clickbait a little bit, similar to George Drake. But it was a little bit, who was my go-to for The Walking Dead? Like back when The Walking Dead was at its prime, like season 6, season 7, and 8. Yeah, I would have to say Movie Idol. He was my go-to for Walking Dead.
I didn't start watching Movie Idol until like season 7 or 8. My main go-to before they stopped was my main go-to back in the day. I really never really watched Trev, even though Trev was one of the original. Because Trev started reviewing when the comic books were even before the show started. Like he was reviewing the comics before the show even came on. I think he was reviewing the comics before even the show was announced. So like he's one of the oldest Walking Dead YouTubers ever. Because like I said, he was reviewing the comics before the show even came. So he's one of those very few that actually started out reading the comics before the show. Because I started watching the show before reading the comics. So that's how usually most of the people. But he was different. And some people are too. But yeah, he's one of the oldest. Right. You know. My main go-to was ZeusTuber, who he just put out the face of the earth. And Ronnie Hayes, Make It Pat Presents, but Ronnie Hayes is he's just so in The Walking Dead. He just hates it all now. But I think he's just started to get a lot more judgmental of it. But I see his points with it. But ZeusTuber, he was probably the most popular for a long time during seasons 4, 5, and 6, and then he got hit with a whole bunch of copyright, I think, and then that's why he got scared off of doing it, which is bullshit, because he was one of the best ones to do it. Because he used to always do the spoilers, too. He was basically what the PT channel was. PT channel is underrated, but they're Walking Dead news. He's the one that does spoilery stuff. You know, PT channel, you heard him? But
yeah, the PT channel.
Yeah, they're good, too. But yeah, my main go-to is Movie Idol all the way right now. He's like the more newer, biggest Walking Dead, basically. I like Movie Idol. Yeah, it just sucks because I miss back in the day whenever I miss back in the day. ZeusTuber, Make It Pass, Trev, and then there's this blonde lady. I forgot her. But she was like a reviewer too. So I didn't list it.
Let's see. Mine is definitely more. I think Trev was actually one of my main guys that I was watching back in the day.
Well, Trev now just, so he just dicks right. He hasn't really shown any criticism anymore, except for Tales episode 2. He hated that episode, which everybody else did. That fucking Groundhog Day, Walking Dead was just dumb. It was dumb from the start. It was enjoyable to watch, but it's just a dumb premise.
Yeah,
and
he's
cool.
A simp for fear. I can't stand that.
Yeah, he is a simp for fear, but you know what? It is what it is. My dad likes Fear, but I just think he likes a lot. Me and my dad watching trash movies that were like god awful that I hated. And my dad was like, I actually like this. So it's like, my dad's one of those people that don't like shit, basically. But there are some people out there that like shit, you know, and that's okay, because there are some movies out there that are pretty bad. They're like, oh yeah, best movie of all time. So it's like, it was just an acquired taste, I guess, you know?
I don't know.
You're like,
it's whatever, I guess. I mean, like I said, you like what you like, so.
Yeah.
Trev was definitely up there for the longest time, and I was listening to him and shit like that, and he was being somewhat criticism with Fear, and then he just kind of changed. But then Movie Idol, yeah, main guy, and I still watch him to this date. I just don't have always the time to sit there and watch his videos, and that's really the main issue. Movie Fusion.
What is on, guys?
Let me see here. Actually, that's his movies. I should say Expert Fusion. Yeah, that's what it is. Expert Fusion is another one. He's a Walking Dead fan. He watches all kinds of different shows, but yeah, he's a big Walking Dead fan, and I do like his reviews. I do.
Well, one person that also is not bad is Knockdown Nation. They react, but they also do review.
Yeah.
Knockdown Nation, they're not bad.
Mega Math Presents. I saw a little bit of him with Fear, not so much with the Man Show. And it was pretty fun.
He's actually really talented because he actually created his own comic book series.
Hmm.
He actually knows how to write pretty good.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of potentially.
I bought it actually. I bought his volume. I still have it too. I still got his volume.
The Walking Dead Explained. That's another YouTube channel I watch.
Yeah, they aren't as big though. Dan's actually running up and becoming a big one. Dan is probably going to be a bigger one going forward in the future, though.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy I checked him out because he's very cool. He's very chill. I'll definitely keep supporting Movie Idol. I'll definitely keep supporting him. I don't mind thumbnails that are a little bit kind of clickbait. I mean, everybody does that. I mean, that's whatever. I mean, I try to be a little bit clickbait, you know.
George Drake does it to the max. George Drake does it to the max. Because he'll be like, he really was like, the funny thing about George Drake is that he once started talking about Daryl, CRM experiments, and I was like, dude, that's not at all what the video is about, is it? Shut up, dude.
Right.
Like, some show like Daryl with CRM logo next to it, the experiments. Then I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. George Drake, I mean, you don't want clickbait like that. Clickbait sucks. It's annoying.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of my new outro? Outro for my channel. Like, what do you guys think of it?
I don't think I was able to see it, actually. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, what do you think of it, Deadwalker? Were you able to check it out?
Yeah, it's cool. How's it make that?
I found this app on the Play Store, and I'm like, okay, let me check this app out. But it actually looks pretty cool. And then from there, I was able to check out some of the outros. They have this list of outros you can select and download, and you can actually from there you can edit. And I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And from there, that's how I did mine.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys want me to send you the link to the app, I mean, I can send the link to the app to you guys, so you guys can probably download it. Because if you guys download it, you guys can probably make an outro of your own.
I have some interest.
I don't know.
Man, I miss Better Call Saul, man. I love that show. It was AMC's one of. It's just so awesome. I miss that universe. My dad got me into it just like he did with The Walking Dead, but he likes the Breaking Bad stuff way more than The Walking Dead, just because it more relates to him, I guess, because my dad was had a tough childhood, I guess. So it's I don't know, but we just liked it because it's kind of interesting. And plus, I have a really good friend of mine who's a big Walking Dead fan. He's the biggest Breaking Bad fan I've ever met, too. And he'll tell you, he'll show you so many scenes where there's so much good symbolism and meaning, and that show has, and I've seen it too. That show has a lot of symbolism, and same thing with The Walking Dead too. Like you said, Breaking Bad might be the greatest show I've ever seen, and I mean Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead more, but me personally, quality wise, and just there has never been one thing wrong with Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. The only thing you can say about Better Call Saul the first few seasons is that they're kind of slow. That is the only criticism it's ever gotten. Other than that, it's been 100% perfect. Nothing wrong with it. That's why I think it's possibly the greatest show I've ever seen, because there's never been one criticism when it comes to Breaking Bad, because every season gets better and better. Every season gets better and better and better. Same thing with Better Call Saul, So it's like impossibly Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. More Breaking Bad might be the best show I've ever seen myself, honestly.
I respect that. Walking Dead
Now,
for me
Walking
is
Dead?
just it's just my show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what's up?
It's just my show.
The Walking Dead. Here, let me say. Here's what my son Cody was telling me, because Cody also he's also a big comic. He did watch Walking Dead comics. He told me that basically that if The Walking Dead did the All Out War storyline like the comics did, and the quality that it was and how good it was, it possibly could have been the greatest season of them all. Just by how, if they actually did it as good as they did in the comics, All Out War, like the exact storyline, everything exactly right, no difference, no scavengers, the Holly death, everything exactly how the comics did it. He even said, and I agree with this, it would have possibly been the greatest season of it all. Greatest season. Yeah, I in a way I could agree with that. I mean, to be fair, I don't know about you guys, but to be honest and fair here, I wasn't a big fan of All War in the show, because All War in the show, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there was barely any action. I feel like there was barely any character development.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that if they did it like the comics did it, because the comics, did it perfectly, at least as far as I remember. The comics did it so good that, they did it the same way in the TV show. Basically, they didn't have Scott and Gimple and Angela Kang, because Angela Kang actually likes to do comic books more stuff. Because in recent history, Scott and Gimple has been shown to try and do stuff different from the comics. With the police officers, and the scavengers, the trash people. Scott and Gimple has been known to, I feel like, kind of just shift away from the comics more. Angela Kang's been kind of more trying to focus more on it. So I think if it was Angela Kang, they actually copied the comics exactly, it could have been the greatest season of it all. This is how good All Out War was in the comics.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like you said, they would have done it like that. It would have been a better season than season 7. But that's not what we got, which leads into the things I was just saying. Listen, that's not what we got. What we got in the show, it wasn't as near as good as All Out War in the comics. Like we said, like you said, if they followed the comic book material, it could have been somewhat decent and better than season 7. Like All Out War in the show could have been tied to All Out War in the comics if they went that route. But here's the thing. Gimple, in my opinion, I feel like he didn't go down that route, and because of that, look at the season 8 we got. Look at All Out War in the show. Look at the All Out War we got. It was like I was just saying. It was barely any action, barely any character development. And yes, I agree. I agree. If Angela Kang was showrunner during season 8, and if season 8 was All Out War, like straight up All Out War, like in the comics, but throughout the whole season, it would have been better. But again, that's not what we got, and I don't know. I felt disappointed. I felt disappointed that that's not what we got, and I'm sorry, that's not what we got in the show, and it's really disappointing. Yeah, because they attacked Alexander twice, I think, in All Out War.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the comics. In the comics, they attacked Alexander twice. In the show, we only got it once. We did get the hilltop battle from the comics. Yeah, almost kind of accurately, but the thing is that it was Simon instead of Negan, and which was cool. But yeah, we only got Alexander attacked once. The Sanctuary stuff was pretty accurate to the comics, but yeah, they left out a whole lot of battle from the comics. I was like, that's kind of stupid. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like for All Out War in the show, like, in regards to the Battle of Hilltop, I feel like they could have done, 2 battles of Hilltop, because I know in the comics it's like one battle for Hilltop, but in the show, I mean, they could, in my opinion, they could have done like 2 battles of Hilltop in the show. Like for example, one battle of Hilltop, you have Simon leading, right? But then once we get to the second battle of Hilltop, instead of Simon that's there, it's Tegan that's there. So that makes things a little interesting. If that's something they would have did. I don't know. I feel like Evangelist King was showrunner during season 8. I don't know. I feel like she could have done 2 battles of Hilltop.
Yeah, because, I mean, the second attack on Alexandria was whenever actually the war ended, I believe. If I remember correctly, it wasn't in the middle of a fucking endless field, like in the... I mean, Wrath was a good season finale, but I just didn't agree with the whole endless field final battle, because it's just kind of like how the Whisper War ended. It's kind of stupid.
Build up, and then you're let down.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. I'm like, listen, if you're going to build up towards something, right, have there be payoff. Have all the build-up matter. Because if it doesn't matter, then that's where some people and some fans are going to get, like, disappointed. Like, they're going to be like, listen, you build up this moment throughout the whole season, and yet there's no payoff. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I'm like, listen, if you're going to build up towards something, it has to matter. It has to make sense for the story. It has to matter. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense, and then people are going to get mad.
Yep. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
so
I will say this though also. Let me just.
So say the last sentence without dying.
What?
Yeah. No, go ahead. Say it. You're good.
And I said, this is kind of true though. The show in history has shown that it hasn't really done a good job with TV original stuff, except for the Claimers. But the Claimers are kind of based off of the group we saw, and the group. They basically were that group. Now, when they expand upon the characters, they've done a good job. Because like basically the Claimers were kind of like an expanded version of the group we saw in the comics that tried to rape Carl. You know, because that group we only showed up once. Same thing with Terminus. They expanded upon that group. The Hunters in the comics, that was cool. Now the Wolves actually were kind of. I think they were underrated. They were kind of hyped up a little too much. I thought they were underrated because they attacked at the perfect time because they had the horror walkers they're dealing with, and then they leave Alexandria unprotected, and then boom, even though they were short-lived, they were kind of like they were the scavengers that showed up. So in the comics, they were basically based off of the scavengers in the comics. Even though we ended up getting the scavengers in the TV series. The scavengers in the comics were basically the wolves because they only showed up once and got killed. Basically. But so the police officers, that original group, that was stupid. The Reapers were they missed a good opportunity and they fucked them up, unfortunately. The TS-19 stuff with Dr. Jenner wasn't bad, but it was what it was. It's just what I'm trying to say here is that unfortunately the show hasn't done a good job with original content, basically. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like Jadis as a character. I do, but I do kind of like the whole. I guess I hold the community inside of Brash Heap, but like. I just didn't really like the scavengers because they were kind of just there. They were kind of just there. There's really nothing really interesting about them. So. Yeah, I mean, with the scavengers in the show, let's be honest. To be fair, Gimple didn't really do anything with the scavengers in the show. However, I don't know. I feel like Gimple could have done more. Like with Oceanside, the scavengers,
I feel like Gimple could have done more, but I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like you just didn't deliver. I'm like, sure, you have Hilltop and Scavengers, right? You have them introduced, but yet Gimple is not really doing anything with those groups. Like, for example, towards season 7B, what was Gimple doing with the Scavengers and Oceanside in the Walking Dead TV show? Nothing. Because to be fair, he was barely doing anything with those two groups. And I'm like, Gimple, you have an opportunity here to actually do something original, to actually do something with these groups. But instead, that's not what we got. That's not what we got. And I'm like, Gimple, come on, you're missing out on a big opportunity here to do something cool with these two groups. Just have them join Rick.
Right.
I mean, again, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, that's such a missed opportunity. I'm like, sure, did the show have a lot of missed opportunities?
Yeah, like, here's the thing.
I'm like, yeah.
That's what the original stuff is that, here's the thing my friend Cody also said is that, The Walking Dead likes to do this one thing where they basically go, let's just do this, like, let's just, like, put this weird thing in here. We don't know what it is yet. We're gonna figure out what it is later, but let's just put it because we don't know what it is right now. Like, so The Walking Dead, with the group that Michonne ran into, I still don't even think, now, they probably know who they are now, because they're doing this, Rick and Michonne spinoff. They probably know what that group is now, because they figured that out. But when they put them there, they're like, oh, we're just gonna put this random group here, and we don't know what they are. We're just gonna figure that out later. Let's just put this random group Michonne runs into, because we don't really truly know how to end this episode. Let's just do this, blah, boom. And same thing with the police officers of Great Memorial. Let's just put this random car with the cross. Let's just put them there. We don't know what this group is yet. But let's just put them there to, like, make it a mystery to the fans. We don't really know what they are. We'll figure them out later, And then season 5, it was led up to, like, be, like, this really interesting group, and boom, it was just a whole bunch of police officers in a hospital. So it was just like I said, The Walking Dead has a habit of doing stuff like that. Like, they'll, like, put something there. We don't know what it is right now. Let's just put it there. We'll figure out what it is later, You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, and I do disagree with that. I'm like, to be fair, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna have some details, like, in the story, like some unanswered questions, if you will. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna have some unanswered questions in the story, I'm like, that's fine. But the way I see it is, you have to know what it is before you have people question, like, oh, what is this? How's this going to improve the story going forward? Like, what is this? Like, what does it mean? Does it mean something in regards to the CRM? Could it mean something with Rick? Like, what is this? That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to.
I mean, and you can see, and whenever they actually do know what it is, when they actually plan ahead, that's when you actually see stuff handled good. Because, and I will say, season 5 was a great season. It's just the whole police officer stuff was just not that interesting, The thing is, it should have been mainly focused on the cannibals, but the thing is that their best idea was a whole bunch of police officers in a hospital. Now with the Terminus stuff, that was hinted at on the radio in season 4, episode 3. So I feel like they knew what that was going to be from the start. So they actually kind of did it. They did it a good way because they knew what they were going to do right there, because they want to do this whole Terminus thing, because our first hint on that group was whenever Dale turned on the radio before they hit that horror walkers, and you hear, like, those who survived on the radio, and that was the first hint we got of it. No, we didn't hear anything of it until, like, episode 9 or 10 or something like that. So, like, that was when it's actually it's actually good. Now, same thing with the wolves. The wolves...
Right.
Our first hint on the wolves was, believe it or not, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the wolves were actually the ones that killed and destroyed that community that Noah's family was at. Because we actually got a hint because they were dismembered pieces of walkers, and I think the wolves were known to do that. So the Wolves were actually the ones that actually killed Noah's family in that group, Shire World Estates or whatever. And they basically followed Rick's group to Virginia, basically. Or something like that, I don't know. But actually, no, they were already in Virginia at the time. So no, actually, the Wolves were actually the ones that actually destroyed Shire World Estates, which was where Noah's people were at. That was our first hint at the Wolves. Believe it or not, I think they confirmed that actually was them. They did that. But yeah, that's when it's actually pretty good. The Wolves were interesting. They were short-lived, but they were interesting, I will say. Another group that I think actually deserved to actually get a Tales episode on was the Vatos group. I would love to see a Tales episode of the Vatos group.
Yeah, I always wondered what happened to Guillermo Felipe. I always wondered what happened to them in the show. Like, what happened? Like did a group, go to Vatos' place and kill everybody? Like, did that actually happen?
Okay, so,
what happened there?
Okay, so in a deleted scene of season 2, in the premiere of season 2, basically, they showed that they actually went back to that hospital and they were all gone, or they were all dead. They basically were all gone. I think it was a deleted scene, so I don't think it's canon anymore. But they basically showed that they were all gone.
Come here.
They aren't there anymore. Now,
I still remember seeing that deleted scene. Not to interrupt, I do remember seeing that deleted scene. I'm like, wait, how come this never actually happened in the episode? I'm like, sure, is it somewhat canon in the Walking Dead TV show universe? I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
One group that was actually confirmed to actually be dead completely. I think Dimple confirmed that all the people in Great Memorial are dead. He didn't explain. He didn't say how or why. He just said they are. They're all dead. That's all I'm going to say. And it's like, okay, well, wow. That place was literally like, it was like perfect safe haven. I mean, maybe they just ran out of food and starved. Because nobody there was going to do shit. I don't know. We don't really know what happened to Atlanta after they left. I would love to actually see, because we actually never knew what happened to Atlanta after Beth's death. Because as far as we knew, that those police officers were roaming around Atlanta, part of Grady. We don't actually know what happened to Atlanta after that, so that's kind of a mystery as to what really happened to Atlanta after Rick's group left it.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the chat. That was a fantastic rest for tonight. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And yeah, peace out.
All right, peace.
Peace out, guys. Good night.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, yeah, 11 minutes. Is it really worth the new tickets?
I definitely see what you're saying there. I didn't expect it to actually be that less, to be honest with you.
Well, especially when they were saying 90 minutes of exclusive content in the Blu-ray. Now it's 80 minutes.
They said initially, I think they said 30 minutes. Well, it's better than nothing because they didn't do this. We never would have gotten those season Blu-rays. So I'm just grateful we got something. I mean, there's probably a lot of deleted scenes for Endgame we never got. In fact, there are some rumored scenes of like the entire Avengers cast getting killed instead of just 2. So like I said, I think that there's a lot of deleted scenes. Like we never got to see those deleted scenes of all the people in the lineup getting killed. Besides just,
you know what I mean? I just don't see it being worth releasing it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know me. People like me will go fucking there so fast.
Simps like you will go see it again.
That's because that movie is hitting pretty hard in my childhood.
And then, unfortunately, simps like myself will also go see it. God damn it. Again.
Yep. I do like that we thought I actually got a poster that actually is a poster we actually wanted to see.
Which is fine. Just give me enough content to make it worth my goddamn ticket. Otherwise, I'm going to be irritated. Show me
Yeah, I get to
enough
see that movie.
new content.
I get to see that movie again, so I don't care.
You already have the goddamn
Hey,
movie, so what's the point?
Hey, seeing that goddamn movie again is worth it anyway. Fuck it.
Man, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh if Avatar 2 beats your movie. It's gonna be great.
Probably gonna beat every movie, so I don't really care.
It's gonna be like.
People been waiting for me. Imagine if Sonic 3 actually like becomes like one of the top, sellers because how close did Sonic 2 get to one of the best ones, I guess?
It got up to 402, 401.9. That's where it stopped at.
Million?
Yeah.
That's trash.
That's actually pretty damn good for a video game movie. No video game movie ever got close. So you gotta mind yourself here. Video game adaptions have not been doing that great in terms of box office. So for that sequel to get that much is pretty impressive.
Imagine not hitting $1 billion.
$1 billion, you said? That'd be insane. I mean, I could continue. I mean, if they keep doing really good, I could see it get up to 500 million. I mean, that'd be amazing. Shit. It could just be like Ice Age, where it kept going up and up and up as it kept going. It could be like that because Ice Age. The first movie only got. Like,
I heard the new one was trash though.
I didn't watch the new one yet. I do want to check it out just to see how
The
it is.
Adventures of Buck Wild. I heard it was terrible.
Yeah, so the quality's not as great anymore. Which shit. You can only go on for so long anyway. So I don't know. They didn't even release that one in theaters, so. But yeah, like the fourth and such movie, man, got up into like the 600-700 millions or 800 millions, somewhere around there. Guy got up high. I was like, God.
Graham, it's okay, buddy. It's okay, Graham. I don't know.
But anyways, I'm gonna do the same because I you know what I mean. I want to get some sleep as well. I'm trying to go to bed earlier, obviously. So, yeah. But I do appreciate you doing the stream with me. So, thank you for being a part of it. And apologize for starting a little bit later than anticipated because it was not an expected stream to do, actually. The Guns Raised podcast would have started at 10:30, between 10:30 and 11. So I would have started a heck of a lot earlier, obviously. But the Guns kind of turned it away, which is fine. So,
what do you say? What is one group, or what is one explanation of The Walking Dead that you want so what is one question that was never answered in The Walking Dead that you actually want to be answered? If you can choose any question. So Scott Gimple comes up to you and says, one question that was never answered, and in The Walking Dead universe, a TV show, Fear, whatever. You get one question, and I will make sure it is answered in the next in the future. What would you say? What?
I'm trying to come up with one, to be honest with you.
I would just narrow it down to fear. Goddamn. Not a question, not a fucking question.
Well, fear, there's too many. That's the problem with that show. One question would not be enough. Nor close. Let's just say that.
One question I would actually is how did Morales run into the Saviors?
Yeah, that's the question I'd ask.
Or another thing, like what happened to the Vatos group? What happened to Grady Memorial? Even, they said they died, but how the fuck did they die? You know?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. We just hit the 60-minute mark. So, smash a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Of course, the future chat live streams I'll start earlier, of course, and we'll go for a little bit longer period. Hopefully, we'll get more people to kind of chat in here, and we'll have a great time. Like I said, trying to go to bed earlier, not later. Links in the description for everything. Check them all out. Subscribe if you guys are new. Much love. We're on the grind to 800 subs. You already know. Smash a like if you guys did enjoy, which hopefully you did. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff you already know. On that Gun Raise podcast, if we're going to do it tomorrow night and such like that. So things are kind of getting moved all around, so just bear with me on that. Like I said, you got a couple awesome lit trailers coming up tomorrow, so definitely do stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading them right here on this channel. My reaction will be on my second channel, just to let you guys know.
What reaction?
I'm not. I'm probably gonna react to both The Expanse and The Last of Us, probably. So, just to let you guys know.
Releasing The Last of Us full trailer?
Yeah, the teaser or whatever. So definitely do stay tuned for that. And I'll let you guys know. You know, it's not very long; it's very short. But hey, get a little something out on my second channel. Subscribe to that second channel if you guys haven't already. Link will be in the description, of course. Over his reviews. Check it out. And like I said, I'm inconsistent with content there, but I do try to post content every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get on a better routine, I will surely do so. Or shoot for, I should say. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so stay tuned. We got some content coming up. Don't want to miss it for sure. Links for everything down below. Check out Deadwalker and check out Walker Dead. Link for both channels will be in the description. Check them both out. Show them some love. Help Deadwalker get to 130. That'd be lit. And yeah, Walking Dead Thursdays. This Thursday we got a big episode 3 review. Spoilers as usual. And we'll be giving our predictions for episode 4 of Tales. And we'll probably talk about the Walking Dead universe yet again. So definitely do stay tuned. Walking Dead content and merch as usual. You already know. We wearing it because that's the Thursdays. You already know. So, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted. And see you guys in the next one. Over. Sign out. Peace. Much love. Stay safe.